Hi there, thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend, Jay Yee, and myself, Alex Gonzalez, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now let's get started with this. Staplers. Mundane. What could you do with staplers? You can do a lot. I want to create staplers that make their own staples. You're thinking, how does that happen? I want you to be able to take recycled material that are metal, tin, and put them in, and it'll be able to make staples. What do you mean recycled material, Alex? I'm talking about old keychains, hairpins, different coins, gum wrappers, and even like discarded paper clips that don't work anymore because they're all bent out of shape. You stuff that into your stapler, you press the button, it heats it into a mold, and then boom, staples. What do you think, Jay?
I think instead
we would make it so nobody can fire off molten hot staples at other people, of course.
Of course. But what if we just take out staples altogether? Make a stapler that, of course, you can't do this for giant stacks of paper, but up to we'll say up to 5 sheets or something. You staple it and it just uses the paper and folds it into itself and just staples without a stapler. Just a stapleless stapler. Because the problem with recycling things is, what if you throw in a stapler, but then it has a thick plastic layer you didn't know it had on there, and that just fucks up your machine. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're proposing a stapler that I think staples paper without staples, and that may already exist.
I feel like that already exists. Maybe that's where my idea came from.
Stapler without fuck. Amazon came up right away. So a stapler already exists.
Okay. How about this then? It's like a hot glue gun stapler where all you do is put in, and I know this is not your idea at all, but I feel like recycling materials and melting them down could be problematic for safety reasons. And so I took that meltdown idea, and if you put like a stick, let's say cube of glue, right? Or maybe it's a stick of glue, and you put it in the back of your stapler, and you turn the stapler on and you staple something, it literally just shoots hot glue through, and then it'll dry, the glue will dry. And so all your pages are stapled by glue that you just speared through. You know what I'm saying? It's you just glue all the pages in from the inside.
Fuck it. Let's pivot. What if we make a stapler where you can download designs off the internet and it will create custom staples for you that you can then put on your pages? Simple, but custom staples.
But staples are so small and skinny.
It would have to be like a line design and minimalist.
So what, stripes of different colors?
I was thinking like the silhouette of Pikachu's head.
You can't see that on the single staple.
Why not? 70% of what we think is impossible is possible.
A staple is so skinny. It's so small. I could barely tell the difference unless it's not silver. That's as much as I could tell. I'm like, oh, that's a stapler that didn't use a silver staple. They used a green one.
Fair enough.
You didn't like my hot glue stick idea? It's it shoots, let's say it shoots out a needle, right? That retracts. And then as it retracts, it squirts glue out. So
You're
It
talking
like
about like danger with the recycling. Imagine if like you have a sibling and they just get really pissed off at you, and on the back of your neck they just sit there with a hot glue staple and go and then all of a sudden like hot glue goes into your skin and comes right back out. You know when you hear, when you live with the kid long enough and you hear their cries, and then there's normal cries, and then you'll hear like a certain cry where like, oh shit, they're really in trouble.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
kind of cry you would hear when they got stapled with the hot glue.
Even still, they could have just stapled you too, and that would have probably hurt just as bad. And it'll probably cause more damage because then the metal like bends into your skin, and so like a doctor would have to go in and like literally rip it out, you know? Whereas if
right.
someone stapled glue into you, first of all, I think the needle maybe would like, I feel like what would happen is like either there's like a detection, like a, like the on like heavy machinery, they'll have
You're talking
detection
about the
for
saw
any.
blades with the hot dog? We would do the commercials where we'd get a hot dog with our staple, and we'd be like, it can't do it. It doesn't want to. It will never hot dog flesh, or I mean stapled hot dog or flesh.
Yeah, yeah. Like a
I like your
moisture
idea
reader
now
or whatever.
because I wanted this item to be ecologically conservative, and I think we can create like a type of staple using the glue where it's like gum or like tree sap,
Oh yeah, yeah. We could even do that. Like it doesn't have to be Elmer's, you know what I mean? It
It
could
doesn't have to
be
be melted down animals. It can be like
yeah,
tree sap or something like sugar cane or something.
yeah, and that it'll just it'll also like
You can eat it.
make it
You
not
shouldn't.
I don't know. I don't like how staples look sometimes, and so
No,
this will just
we
be
can't have we can't have it edible. You know what's gonna happen?
yeah.
Mice are
Eat
gonna get into schools,
oh, yeah.
and they're gonna eat the paperwork, and then nothing's gonna be stapled.
Or they're just gonna eat all the cubes.
Oh yeah, our supply.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to add bitters to it or something like they did with the Switch cartridges, so the kids wouldn't swallow them.
Right. But yeah, I think that'll work. It'll give your papers a nice clean look. There's no little pinch at the top left with the little metal strip that might have Pikachu silhouette on it. You don't know. You can't see that small. It's just sitting right there. Instead, it's just gonna be white paper. You know what it will look like? Kind of. Like for actors. When we get our scripts, the way to do it is 3 hole punch, and then you put the gold tabs in between the hole punches. You know what I mean? It'll be kind of like those gold tabs that you like.
What do you mean gold tabs?
The gold things that like for Schoolcraft, some people would use to make like wheels that spin. You know what I mean? It's like a gold tab, and then with like 2 little things, and you poke it through the hole, and then you flip the 2 things at the bottom. And it like keeps it all together. It'll be kind of like that, except no residue at all. It's just right in, stabs them all, and then they all stuck together.
Okay. All right. So we got that. So is this stapler gonna look like, how is it gonna load? Is it gonna look different? Is it just gonna have like one hole, and then is it like pressurized, or are we gonna use our own strength?
I think it's going to be like those electronic staplers that like the cool teachers had, where it's like, oh, that was fun. Let's do that again. You know what I mean? You ever use those electric?
So it's gonna require like a surface to use.
You're gonna have to put in like AAA's in it and some shit, or maybe a USB rechargeable thing. But you put it on a desk, you bring your papers to it, and then you just stamp down on it, and it goes. And it makes like it'll make like a funny noise, like and it's like that's the sound of it like puncturing and then releasing all the glue. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I imagine it'll be like a desk item. And in my head, I don't know why, but it looks like a air pump. Kind of, I don't know, like gray and like kind of has rubber around it and stuff. And then in the back, just like a little slot, and then like you just flip it open, and then there's like you know how in staplers it just looks, you open it up and there's a little spring and stuff. It kind of looks like that without all the spring mechanisms. Instead, you just stick in the glue stick and then you just shut it, and then it just slowly pushes in.
All right. And how many staples do you think we'll have with it? There should be a lot, right?
I think one stick will be like 100 staples.
Okay, so we're working with the 100 staples with one stick. That'll be cool. And then do you want to make, so that would be for papers. Do you want to scale this up for construction and stuff like that? Because they do
No.
use staple guns.
Nah, they need real metal in those buildings. I'm not going to go into a building and if they told you we use new technology, no metal, all tree sap holding these things together. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Not going in that building.
Fair enough.
You're like, we hot glued gun this building together. You want to live in it? No.
Why did you tell me this on the 5th floor? Why didn't you tell me this in the lobby?
Oh, this elevator? Not made out of metal. We just tree sap. You can lick that wall.
Don't though, because then you might lick through it.
No, I think this is specifically for schools. And maybe it'll be like, yeah, less metal waste, just less waste in general. No, like maybe we'll have a statistic like every year 3 tons of staplers are thrown away. I was
thinking not even that. If you want to feel better than other people, right away, your stapler is going to have a little electronic read telling you how many, how much metal you saved with every staple you use.
Yeah. Like a little LED indicator. You saved 3. I don't know.
I don't know how all the water fountains do this these days. When you fill up your water bottle and they're like, the number goes up, like you're saving this much plastic. Look at you.
Or it would be like you would have used a car of staplers by now.
As a teacher, yeah. Hey, and how about this? Teachers get their first one free. Every teacher, we give these. How
are we going to make money? Who else is going to be buying this? I guess
the
offices
students
and shit.
1 teacher, 30 students, and the universities 1 teacher, 300 students.
Sure. Nah, I think it's a cool product. I think it'll.
And then look, the colors. Look cool. If you want to do colors, we totally could. And
yeah,
you
like
can do your favorite
sticks.
color, and we can even do custom colors you order. You want to know why? Because Crayola's going to make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive 2 episodes 2 days early. No, they don't. They receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Jay's brilliant idea.
Beds.
What? I didn't hear it.
Beds.
You're cutting out. What the heck?
Beds?
Oh, a bed?
Yeah.
Okay, so more now we sleep on a flat rectangle. Let's see how Jay improves this.
It's more like a sleeping pod type of thing.
I think so. You're gonna bridge the gap between hammocks and beds.
That'd be cool.
Or maybe it's like instead of people ODing. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say this. I was thinking like, you know how like people take like sleeping pills or like they may take so much that they end up getting sick. It's like a pod you seal in and releases a little chemical like, and then you just fall asleep like right away. But it's healthy. Like it's
that'd be cool.
Probably addictive. No matter what, that's going to be addictive. But at least it's not going to do bad to your body. Street legal.
Just IV straight into your arm.
No.